Alright, good morning. We're on with part 3 of Project Ovlov. Still attempting to change the clutch. Now it's not looking very clever, but it's quite windy and I think that's just going to blow over, so we should be alright. We're going to do a quick recap on where I got to yesterday, because I did skip it, had a few bits, and yeah, because of the weather and stuff, I had to crack on where I could. Right, I've removed quite a lot of stuff from around here. This engine mount for the front of it here to get to these two bolts here on the bell housing. I've got the engine and gearbox supported by a jack with a bit of a scaffold board on. It's just on the sump, so then I can still get this off. I've got my gear selector cables off. I've got the clutch line off and clamped so it don't leak. We took the throttle off because this is just in the way and it was disgusting, so that's going to want all cleaning before we put it back. Yeah, it's not very nice. I've got this drive shaft out and the braking nut will pull to one side. I'm going to pull this leg out the rest of the way because all that's left is these 3 bolts, so I'm going to pull that leg out completely so it's out of the way. I've got the drive shaft to do on the other side. So the bottom ball joint, drive shaft out, there's 2 bolts halfway down that, and then I've undone this bolt on this gearbox mount here, but from what I've been looking at on the internet, there's some more stuff down there to do with that than needs unbolting, so I need to get underneath and have a look at that, and then we should be a case of bell housing bolts, lower the subframe, hand it all down and wiggle it off and out in theory. So we'll see how that really goes. Now you'll have to bear in mind it's really windy today. I can't do enough all about that. It's just tough to this, and that's that. So I'll do what I can and bring you back when I can, and we'll just have to deal with it because that's just it. Okay, so got the boy helping me a bit now. Making a bit of progress. We've got all this leg out. We've got that drive shaft out, but not out because we can't, but it's disconnected from the gearbox. I think we should be able to work our way around that. I've got all but one of the bolts out of the rear mount for the gearbox, which is an actual pain in the arse. I'm not gonna lie. I've got probably 80% of the bell housing bolts out. This water pipe here and here, I've been trying not to disconnect because I didn't want to make a mess everywhere, but I'm just gonna have to do it. It's tough to this really, so that's the next job. Get that and that undone, drain some coolant out, and then I can get the rest of these bell housing bolts out. Then we're ready. I'm gonna leave one in down here, but then we're ready to start lowering the subframe and everything down and see if there's anywhere near enough clearance, or if I've wasted my entire weekend doing it. We shall see shortly. You ever feeling like you've bitten off more than you can chew? Yeah, this is hard work on the drive. But we've got the subframe starting to be lowered. I believe all the bell housing bolts bar one. We've got an issue with the mount catching up down the back here. We need to be able to get that out, I think, to be able to get the stuff lowered down. And then it's all going to be whether there's enough room and stuff to work there. Yeah, I'm starting to regret this one a lot. Okay, so we've got the subframe lowered, and well, I can tell you there is not enough room to get this box out. Not in the slightest. I think this entire subframe is going to have to come out, and I'm going to be honest, I can't do it. I think that me and John are at the realisation that this may be one job too far. The over-engineered bollocks of, hi John's hand, of Volvo have made this job near impossible to do with the tools and the space that I have here, which is obviously a proper shitter. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just leave it with me. In life, when things are hard, you should never give up. Right, the engine is literally hanging out this bitch. There was a few more mount bolt thingies at the back there I needed to get. I've undone all the bloody bolts to the subframe. Set that one's in, just holding it there. I think there is just enough room to get it all out. I've undone all the bolts that hold the steering rack into the subframe, so then it's got room to move. So I'm hopefully not stressing any steering joints. Drop links removed from this side as well, so then the anti-roll bar can move down with it. But the best thing is I've finally wiggled the box free. Now I'm just having 10 minutes and I'm gonna, oh shit. And then we're gonna figure out how to get it out of that little hole there. So then I can change the slave cylinder, and then we can figure out how we change this clutch with the new fancy tool I bought for the self-adjusting balls that I actually know nothing about. I have never fitted a clutch with self-adjusting bollocks on before, so there you go. They're not actual bollocks, by the way, it's some self-adjusting mechanism, but you know what I mean, you know what I mean. All in all, much happier. Right, so we've got the gearbox out. It basically took undoing just about everything off that subframe, dropping the subframe all the way to the floor on both sides, near enough, dropping the engine and that on the floor as well. We've undone just about every engine mount. I think we've done them all actually. Yeah, only to discover Parker's have supplied the wrong clutch. So the wrong clutch, the wrong slave cylinder, the wrong everything. So that's mint. So because of that, that's going to have to be the end of part 2. We'll be fitting no clutch today, which is a bit of a shitter because it's Sunday. Everyone's shut, so mint. I'll have to crack on again tomorrow once I can get the parts in the morning. Well, if I can get the parts, they might not be able to get the parts till later that day. This took them all day to get, so if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing and all that. If you just want to sit here and laugh at my pain, then you can do that too. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I better go edit this for you, like, don't I? See what happens there. Till tomorrow, I guess. Next time. See you later. Cheers.